Backstage.
All right, we're back. Damien and Stephanie from Backstage-Vancouver. Who do we have here today?
Well, thanks very much. This is the social media edition of Backstage-Vancouver with Stephanie Michelle Scott. And of course, here we have Krishan Randall, who you're going to want to check out on the blog itself. Now, Krishan, you and we went to school all the way back in 2000, and there's a couple of quick questions I have for you. First, back in the day, if you can remember, there was that big dilemma about should we go digital media or should we actually go for actual film media itself? Realistically, many years later, what are people doing?
Film is almost dead, so I think it's digital from here on in. It's yeah, we saw the writing on the wall even back then.
Yeah, exactly.
Although maybe we didn't expect it to happen so fast. It just feels like film is mostly not in use anymore, and the labs are shutting down. So even the people that want to shoot on film, there's challenges processing it, and making prints of it, and everything's going to get digital now.
So moving in the times is the way it went.
Yeah, that's the way it seems to be going right now.
Way right on. That's excellent. So the second question. Back in the day, when we were thinking about what it would be like working in film, I mean, you went more of the independent route, I went for more of the professional film industry route. But what was one of the major surprises in all of those years?
Well, I guess there were a lot of surprises. I mean, I didn't think it would be so hard to be a director in terms of just, getting my first directing for hire work and getting projects funded and made and things like that. I mean, I did expect long days and unpredictable schedules. But I didn't expect just doing my own work, getting decent financing, or also just finding my ideal team of collaborators took longer than I thought, than I originally thought. But you get used to it after a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Listen up, this is definitely stuff that I know a lot of you have concerns about for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of surprises, but you get used to it, and there's lots of positive surprises as well as the really random,
So this last one,
yeah,
it goes out to a lot of the people that we went to school with way back in the day. Now, you remember that we actually were educated by all of these teachers. Well, you're a teacher now. I bet you have some insight about the process itself.
Yeah, I wasn't always the best student. I mean, I was restless, and I didn't connect with most instructors, but there were a handful that I really did connect with. So now that I'm, teaching along with directing, I try to remind myself of the teachers that I really did connect with, that weren't judging me and were connecting with students one-on-one, and also weren't like necessarily making, especially in film, not making things hands-on enough, not giving youth a chance to work with equipment and figure things out, make their own mistakes, and not be told things so much that they're maybe not remembering it as much, or maybe not just getting their hands dirty, making some of their own mistakes.
I remember you were doing that way back in the day. It's all sorts of side projects.
Yeah, well, Friday.
Remember the gorilla shooting?
Yeah, the gorilla film contest. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Fridays, I don't think we even had class at all most Fridays. So Fridays was my day where they just let me have the gear and let me have the space, and I could run my own hands-on, just go out and shoot. Because it felt like we were having quite enough hands-on instruction. I mean, there are a lot of good things about that program, but you can never have enough hands-on. So Friday, we just go out and get our hands dirty, exactly. So.
I remember that.
And where was this?
At Capilano College, which is now Capilano University.
Awesome. Well, hey, thanks. I was remembering the back in the days and thinking through the last couple of years. It's been lovely. And now, I know you've got an interview coming up. So stay tuned on Backstage Vancouver.